Welcome to the program, everyone. I'm Brian Craig, always joined by my wife and co-host Kathy. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. Well, Nikki Haley, who, Laura Loomer, by the way, tweeted over the weekend, Nikki Haley's brother is an executive with Johnson & Johnson. Anybody know that? Isn't that something, huh? I don't know how he got that job. I don't know what their benefits they would get if she were Presidente of Estados Unidos. That's what they call us down there at the southern border on the other side. But Nikki Haley went on Meet the Press today, and I'm going to play this clip. And this is one of those things. I was going to lead with something else on the podcast, okay? I was going to lead with something else. And on YouTube, I had a thumbnail made, and right before the podcast, I saw this. And I told you, Kathy, I said, no, we're going to change the thumbnail on YouTube. We're going to lead with a different story. What we were going to lead with, we'll get to later in the program. But Nikki Haley is a terrible person. She is incredibly disturbed, Nikki Haley. And I want to play this clip. So Nikki Haley, she is on Meet the Press, and they're talking about the E. Jean Carroll verdict. Now, before I play this clip, just yesterday, Alina Habba, President Trump's attorney, broke major news about the judge. Did you see this? This is insane. They had no idea. They found this out after the jury verdict. Alina Habba announced yesterday that the judge was a co-worker with E. Jean Carroll's lawyer. The judge was her boss at a law firm and was her mentor at the law firm. Never disclosed, just terrible stuff. So this whole case and the E. Jean Carroll verdict, you guys know that, what it's all about. This is Nikki Haley, who is as disturbed as E. Jean Carroll. Listen to her on Meet the Press today. This is sick.
The jury has now ruled. They have found him liable of sexual abuse. Do you not trust the jury and their findings, Ambassador?
I absolutely trust the jury, and I think that they made their decision based on the evidence. I just don't think that should take him off the ballot. I think the American people will take him off the ballot.
Oh, my goodness.
It's the best way to go forward is not let him play the victim, let him play the loser. That's what we want him to do at the end of the day.
Wow. So she's agreeing with the jury verdict, and I promise you, this E. Jean Carroll case, Nikki Haley knows everything about it that we all know. But anything to stop Trump, anything to wound Trump. Now, Nikki Haley is officially, at this point, part of the Lawfare operation that is going against Donald Trump.
Well, yeah, they're all working together. So
that is awful. I mean, I don't like her, okay? I mean, obviously, but this is just too far. I mean, this is just in an area now where she's just fallen off the deep end. And I don't know what kind of future. Maybe, maybe she's making so much money off of this losing campaign that she doesn't have to worry about money anymore. Maybe they promised her money down the road like Carrie Lake.
She'll be a pundit on CNN or
I don't know.
Have some future in media somewhere. I mean, she's definitely, thinking about, I think she knows deep down she's not going to win this nomination. I mean, I think that's
she's pretty far
obvious.
gone, though, Kathy. Her mind's gone.
I think she knows she's going to take it. She's going to go as long as the donors will let her go. She's going to take it as far as she can, and then she'll drop out. She'll have to because they'll stop giving her money. They'll stop funding it. But if she tells the media what they want to hear about Trump, they'll bring her on regularly, and who knows? Maybe she'll end up on The View.
I don't know, but the look on her face, she looks crazed, Nikki Haley. She is out of her mind. Yeah. She's, as bad as Ron DeSantis has been, he's betrayed us all. He betrayed President Trump and all of us in Florida, because he was fake MAGA. He was lying to us all. But he's gotten out of it, right? He's stopped. And he said a lot of bad things about MAGA people and President Trump. But he has never supported, unless I've forgotten, this lawfare against him. He hasn't gotten involved to try to stop it or protest against it. But this is insane. And Nikki Haley, she is really, I hope she's getting paid well.
Because
this is going to be it for her.
Would have been when they asked her that question about the jury. She should have said, look, it's a New York jury. They're liberal, and I think they had a bias, and they went in there. And no, I don't agree with what they said. It's okay to say that you disagree with a jury's decision. I don't agree with the OJ jury. They got it wrong, too.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot of juries get it. Casey Anthony, I don't agree with them, what they decided. I saw that trial, watched every minute of that trial, okay? I don't agree with their verdict. It's okay to say that. Just because a jury, the media likes to deal in absolutes. And just because a jury decided something doesn't mean that, how many people are in jail that are innocent? A lot. I just read a guy got out of jail. He was in there for 40 years, this black guy, and he got out. He was DNA evidence exonerated him, and he was falsely accused by somebody of rape or something and went to jail. I'm sure it happens to all kinds of people. And then DNA, boom, he was totally innocent. Spent 40 years of his life in prison.
But you know what?
Juries don't always get it right.
The
He's
cops
obviously being railroaded.
The cops in the Rodney King beating, they were acquitted, and then Bush 41 went after them federally. This New York jury, even if they're not Donald Trump, if they're a known Republican, you're guilty before the trial begins in New York.
There's no way.
Come on,
New York
Nikki
City
Haley.
is very liberal. And there is no way that a high-profile Republican, let alone MAGA person, is going to get any kind of a fair trial.
She's a terrible person.
Well,
Nikki Haley is the worst. She is a really bad person.
Yeah.
She should really be ashamed of herself. I mean, she has gone to
she has no
places.
shame. Clearly.
She's a very twisted person. I think she's as crazed as E. Jean Carroll. I really do. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Okay, now this clip here.
People make a lot of money bashing Trump.
They do.
It's extremely lucrative.
They do.
And look at all the people that have written books.
Oh, yeah.
That have ended up on The View. Anna Navarro, you think she got there because she's got good looks or any intelligence?
No.
She got there because she's a Republican that repeatedly bashed Trump on CNN day in and day out. So they hired her. Now she's making probably $10 million a year. It's lucrative for these people. Let me tell you.
This boom of Trump-bashing Republicans becoming millionaires is the biggest millionaire boom since those millionaires from like Microsoft, right? Remember the secretaries became millionaires? Now, Joe Biden today, listen to this. This is nuts.
Yeah.
I've already delivered the message to Iran. They know not to do anything.
Okay, he said he's delivered the message to Iran. They know not to do anything.
He sounds so terrifying.
Well, Iranian-backed terrorists just killed 3 U.S. service personnel and wounded a few dozen others.
Yeah.
Now Biden said that a couple weeks ago, but it seems like Iran's doing whatever they want to do. And I got news for you: Iran-backed terrorists. Biden and Obama have for years been sending cargo planes filled with cash money to Iran. So if terrorists are backed by Iran, that means those terrorists are backed by the United States. And it's very accurate to say that U.S.-backed terrorists just killed 3 U.S. service personnel and wounded dozens of others. This guy is so checked out beyond imagination, Joe Biden, that
I know he's awful. And it's scary because these other countries that are dangerous and things at the border are going to escalate this year because there's the possibility Trump can get in office and put an end to everything. So they're going to really ramp it up.
Now, then today. This is Biden today.
That American consumers are facing real confidence in our economy we're building. Let me tell you who else is noticing that. Donald Trump. Did you see what he recently said about he wants to see the economy crash this year? The sitting president. As they say in my faith, bless me, Father.
Okay, so he just called President Trump the sitting president. Mm-hmm. Biden, I'm not happy about it, but Biden's the sitting president. He is the sitting president. He just said Trump is the sitting president.
Yeah, he's out of it.
He is, 2 weeks ago, he walked into a campaign stop. He was at some event in a bar. He goes up to the bar to hit on the girls, and he says, I'm Joe Biden. I work for the U.S. government in the Senate. He hasn't been in the Senate for 16 years.
That must have been his big pickup line.
Yeah.
For the ladies, when he was a senator.
For the government. I'm in the Senate.
He'd walk right up. I'm Joe Biden. I work for the U.S. government. I'm in the Senate. That was probably his standard pickup line for the ladies when he was a younger gentleman.
Oh my goodness! I mean, it's in these things with Biden. It's not funny. I know a lot of people play these clips of Biden and they think it's funny. Look at everyone who's died in Afghanistan because this senile old man with Alzheimer's or some other form of dementia got crazy and started barking orders at the military, and we pulled out of Afghanistan. I mean, we're in such a dangerous situation right now. The Iranian terror attacks, which, by the way, the attacks on Israel in October, that's Iran. This god-awful hit on U.S. service personnel in Jordan today, that's Iran. The reason that Iranian terrorist attacks are up is because they have money again. When President Trump was in office, one of the things he did that was great, we talk about it a lot, is gas was low. Gas prices were low. And President Trump has talked about this in his speeches. When gas prices are low, Iran, you don't hear too much from Iran because they don't have the money to fund terrorism when gas prices are low because they still got to run their country.
Joe Biden is funding so much bloodshed. Right. I mean, think about it.
And he doesn't care.
Think about it. How much bloodshed has happened since he's been in office that we are funding.
Yeah.
That we're funding. We sent, I support Israel, but we sent them money for what's going on there, the Ukraine, and now what you're talking about. We just need to stay out of some of these things. I mean, I just don't agree with sending them so much money to fund these wars.
It's not that no, that's not exactly right. It's not that we need to stay out. Joe Biden is causing them, right?
Yeah.
So Joe Biden raised the price of gas. Iran makes oil, so now they're flushing cash. Plus, he sends them the money, right, like Obama did. So Iran is funded the attack on Israel. Iran funded this attack. Well, we funded these attacks, but Iran funded this attack. So do you think
he's doing that on purpose?
I think, just to get his cut. The thing with Ukraine and Russia, he caused that.
Yeah.
It's not that we're getting involved. Joe Biden is causing wars and conflicts around the world.
Right. That's true.
So that his military-industrial complex donors can make money and he gets a cut. I mean, this is what's going on here. And, I talked about this over the years, and sometimes people get upset with me. If you have a child that wants to be in the military, don't try to talk them out of it. Why would you want to go in the military? Why would you want your child to go in the military to get involved in these fake wars that are caused by the donors to the Democrats?
Of the military, and I'm realizing why China's behind this whole thing of making the military woke and encouraging transgenders and gays and all this. Because recruitment is way, way, way down now.
Yeah.
Because of all they have these guys in drag, doing recruitment videos for the army. So because of that, recruitment is down like 40%. You don't think China is behind this? And these other countries, they want to weaken us. And they're using these issues in TikTok and the one thing Americans, I love this country, don't get me wrong, but the one thing that Americans have working against them, especially the young people, is they're too into peer pressure and following trends.
Mm-hmm.
And if something is trendy, they jump on the bandwagon. Americans like to feel a part of something and like to be part of the winning team and a part of, I see adults do it too, these stupid social media trends. On TikTok and Facebook and things like that. And they jump on that bandwagon too. Remember the ice bucket challenge? God, how many people did that thing? And people jump on these trends. So if they see something that's trendy or something going viral, it affects you whether you realize it or not. Sometimes I'll catch myself or Brian, we talk to each other sounding a little woke. I'm like,
not me.
Well, sometimes you'll say things, or me, where we're maybe a little more hypersensitive to things than we would have been 10 years ago. And it's more inadvertent. And then we'll kind of be like, I'll be like, what am I saying? Where did this come from? And then I correct myself. But it all influences you, whether you realize it or not. You know what I mean? And that's China's trying to weaken everybody, weaken the country. And with such a weak leader, it's it's in a lot of ways working. The army, the recruitment's so far down because of this.
And look what happens, right? Yeah, like right now, this is the headline on Drudge, but others are doing this too. Mitch McConnell calls for striking Iran. Lindsey Graham's calling for striking Iran. See, look what they're trying to do. They're trying to start the Third World War so that their donors can make money. This is crazy.
Well, it's like they said, I've said this before, and a lot of people, there's a lot of World War II veterans that said FDR knew Pearl Harbor was going to happen, and not that he orchestrated it, but he didn't warn them when he knew it was coming. There's a lot of these things that happen that either they let happen, or I don't know if they're behind it happening, but it gives them an excuse to escalate things. Like look at 9/11. A lot of people, I never believed in this, but I don't know, thought that the Bushes were involved in 9/11. A lot of famous people, Rosie O'Donnell, Charlie Sheen, not that they're normal people, but I remember them talking about he was behind it, he was in on this so he could start a whole war. So he had an excuse.
And we had a 20-year war.
To start a whole war in the Middle East.
That's right.
A lot of people thought that they were in with the Saudis and that they knew it was going to happen and they didn't stop it. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't give into too many conspiracies. But don't you remember a lot of people talking about that after 9/11? It was a thing.
I never believed all those conspiracy theories about FDR and Pearl Harbor and Bush and 9/11 until I've seen what they did to Trump and what we're going through now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Lindsey Graham's tweet is, hit Iran now, hit them hard. John Cornyn, the senator, he tweeted, target Tehran. What? All of a sudden they want to take us to the Third World War?
It's crazy. Iran has been
a
problem for decades. Decades. Why go into a war with them now?
This is how you hit Iran. Biden and Obama stop sending military cargo jets with cash money and lower the price of oil back to the Trump era under $2 a gallon. They'll be broke. They won't be able to afford this crap.
Exactly.
They're trying to get us involved in a war. And Nikki Haley said carpet bomb Iran. Remember after the attack on Israel? Listen,
that's insane.
I've been hearing nothing about Iran.
These are warmongers.
I've been hearing nothing other than Iran our entire lives. We were kids during the Iran hostage situation. I was in 3rd grade. You were in 4th grade. And we've been hearing about Iran all these years.
Yeah, for like 40, 50 years.
And they're terrible and all these things that they do. But now you realize we're the backers of Iran. These terrorists are backed by Iran, but we're the backers of Iran.
I guess ever since World War II, America realized how lucrative it is to get involved in wars. That was the last war that we really had to get involved in. Obviously, they were killing Jews and we had to do something. But has any war since then been completely the Korean War, the Vietnam War? Those weren't necessary. The Iraq War, maybe the Kuwait, I don't know.
Well, what
Kuwait was attacked?
What Eisenhower said in the military-industrial complex warning speech, if you guys go online and watch that speech, what Eisenhower said, and this was his farewell speech when he was leaving the White House, okay, and Kennedy was going to be inaugurated the next day. And what he said was, he says, World War II and before, there was never an armaments industry in this country.
That's right.
That when wars happened, people would start making cannons or swords and things. And he said, for the first time in history, we have this large percentage of the economy that is based around war.
Yep.
And that's what that whole thing was about. And you see these idiots like Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. Oh, go to war to run. Yeah, McConnell's sitting in Kentucky. Lindsey Graham, I don't know where he's sitting.
Well, they probably have some connection to some company that makes things that would be used in the wars, and they get a percentage, and they're pushing it. It's like it's like a business they own that they're promoting.
It's the donors,
and they get their cut.
It's exactly right.
Yeah, it's really sickening.
It's twisted. Now, I want to thank our Patreon supporters for their support of the program. Those of you that are Patreon supporters, there's a lot of exclusive content on the Patreon page, so make sure you take advantage of that. And if you would like to become a Patreon supporter, there's a link in the description of this and every episode. And our top Patreon supporters get a live on-air thank you shout-out on each and every podcast episode. So the names you will hear now are our top Patreon supporters. I want to thank Andrew and Connie, Christine, ETW, Chuck, D, Pamela, Rick, Nick, Wesley, Macho, Mike P, Carlos, Paulette, John, ActicFox, Heather, David, Maria in Texas, Richard, Alice, K-Mac, LeeZep, Shawna, and Constance. These are our top Patreon supporters.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys.
And all the Patreons.
Yes, if you would like to become a Patreon supporter, again, there's a link in the description of this and every episode, and also in the description of all of my YouTube videos.
I also want to thank all the new subscribers to Brian's YouTube channel.
Yes.
You are almost to 71,000.
Yep.
And the channel's really growing. I just want to thank all the new subscribers and welcome you guys to, if you're new to this show and new to the Brian's Radio Show, we really appreciate you listening because our views are going up. And just wanted to do that. Maybe one day we should do like a show about for the new people.
Yeah.
You know how they do like a recap or do like something kind of tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Kathy,
Did we ever do that?
I told you.
I don't know. You said not to do that.
I told you if you ever see me do a YouTube video where I start to tell people my background and bio and resume, stop me.
Okay. All right. Never mind. A lot of YouTubers do that.
Yeah, because they're self-centered people.
Okay.
Okay. You can learn. You listen long enough, you'll learn everything.
That's true. That's true.
I hate those videos. I hate those videos on YouTube where people are like 20 things that people ask.
Well, yeah,
about
no,
me.
I don't mean that.
You know?
I meant just like a little brief background of you or how long we've been doing the show.
Yeah.
The show or anything like that. But,
no, I don't know.
But anyway, just thank you for the new listeners.
Yes.
We appreciate you and leave comments. We read the comments and that's always fun. Good and bad. We read them.
I read them all, and I do comment on a lot of them. Now, listen, we're going to take our first break of the program, all right? Don't go anywhere. I'm Brian, always joined by my wife and co-host Kathy. We'll be back right after this.
Imagine a world where your lifespan isn't a mystery. Would it be a blessing? Would it be a curse? Would you want to know? From author M.D. Lima comes the book, The Knowing, Book 1, available on Amazon. This young adult novel takes you to a dystopian society divided into the known and the unknown and explores the profound impact of this knowledge on both society and the lives of individuals. The Knowing isn't just an ordinary book. It's a project that you, as readers, are invited to join. At the end of Book 1, you can influence the future books. Your ideas and thoughts could become part of Book 2, making you a co-creator of this unfolding adventure. And then at the end of Book 2, the entire process will be repeated for Book 3. Be a part of the creation and adventure of this unique interactive experience. A portion of proceeds from the book will be donated to the American Cancer Society. Available on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, hardcover, and Kindle Unlimited. The Knowing from author M.D. Lima, where your journey becomes a part of the story. Order your copy right now. How would you like to transform your living space? You can at Tuvrik.com. That's T-O-V-R-I-K. Tuvrik.com is your premier destination for quality living. They have a carefully curated selection of lifestyle essentials that are designed to elevate every aspect of your home. From chic decor to functional furniture, they have it all. Looking for that perfect touch for your kitchen? Maybe an elegant addition to your bathroom? No problem. Tuvrik.com has a huge selection of choices in home decor, kitchen essentials, and those bathroom accessories you've been searching for. You can illuminate your home with their lighting selection and discover the latest in home electronics and advanced tech. Their furniture collection blends style with comfort and can transform any room. And don't forget about your furry family members. Tuvrik.com's pet supplies cater to their needs with love and care. And if you're an outdoor enthusiast, check out their patio, lawn, and garden selections. With fast shipping, easy returns, and a commitment to customer satisfaction, Tuvrik.com ensures a seamless shopping experience. So what are you waiting for? Start shopping right now at Tuvrik.com. Tuvrik, and begin your journey towards a beautiful, functional, and more joyful living space. Tuvrik.com, your premier destination for quality living. Take a journey of self-discovery with the new book from author Darren Charles, Retro Ride, available on Amazon. Retro Ride takes readers on a voyage into your past to uncover answers for your future. It's an experience guiding you through a list of tasks that propel you to revisit key moments, people, and decisions in your life. Embrace the risks and the rewards as Retro Ride offers a platform to relive, refresh, and rethink your experiences. You'll learn how to reframe your future and gain a deeper understanding beginning of your journey. Retro Ride will help you confront key events like first loves, life-changing locations, and unresolved family issues. It's your chance to face the demons we try to bury and become the characters we've always dreamed of being. Retro Ride offers a new vision and inspiration and is a tool to mine your past, extract valuable lessons, and reshape yourself going forward. Each Retro Ride is unique, tailored to your experiences and ambitions. You'll learn to shape, track, and personalize your journey. Whether you're seeking an emotional journey or a mental well-being cleanse, Retro Ride is for everyone. Order your copy of Retro Ride from author Darren Charles on Amazon. Available in Kindle, paperback, and Kindle Unlimited. Share your own Retro Ride and experiences at yourretroride.com. Start your Retro Ride today and redefine your path forward. Retro Ride from author Darren Charles on Amazon. The new sci-fi novel from author Tony Travis is now available on Amazon. Keyholes. Keyholes is a journey of discovery. Meet Dr. Alan Messman and his brother Colonel Bryce Messman as they uncover a groundbreaking revelation, a mysterious portal influenced by quantum effects on photons. Join their team on a quest to unravel the secrets hidden behind the keyhole. What lies beyond? A passage to the past, an alternate world, or something beyond our wildest imaginations? Find out when you read Keyholes from author Tony Travis. Follow their journey as it challenges the very nature of reality, intertwining cosmic mysteries with a deep exploration of identity and existence. Every page is a gateway to another layer of mystery, leading to a climax that will leave you questioning the very fabric of our universe. Order your copy of Keyholes from author Tony Travis on Amazon. Available in Kindle, paperback, hardcover, and Kindle Unlimited. Keyholes from author Tony Travis on Amazon.
You are listening to The Brian Craig Show podcast, broadcasting from sunny South Florida. Brian is joined by his wife and co-host, Kathy. Follow Brian on social media at BrianCraigShow.com. And now, Brian and Kathy.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian, always joined by my wife and co-host, Kathy. This is what I'm talking about. This is so dangerous, the people that are running this. Listen to this. Senator Lindsey Graham is demanding that Joe Biden act swiftly and decisively and counterstrike Iran after a suicide drone strike in Jordan killed 3 U.S. service members. Again, like I said, what would stop Iran is if you get gas down to $1.57 a gallon and stop sending the money out, and that wouldn't cost any American lives.
No.
Okay, if you just bring the gas prices down, they won't be able to fund.
Well, Trump
their
always
terrorism.
says that you got to cut off the money.
Yeah, Lindsey.
That's how you prevent wars and how you stop wars. Is you stop letting them have access to money.
Yes,
that fund the wars. You don't give them money. You don't help them.
Yeah. So this is what Lindsey Graham says. Listen to this. This is a sick, twisted man. All right, boy. South Carolina just gives us wonderful people, right? Lindsey Graham and Nikki Haley. This is Lindsey Graham. I am calling on the Biden administration to strike targets of significance inside Iran, not only as a reprisal for the killings of our forces, but as a deterrence against future aggression. The only thing the Iranian regime understands is force. Until they pay a price with their infrastructure and their personnel, the attacks on U.S. troops will continue. Hit Iran now. Hit them hard. Lindsey Graham said.
Well, he likes to play army. I mean, he's got a thing about that for sure. And him and Joe Biden are very good friends. They've known each other a long, long time. So I think he's going to do it. I think Joe Biden. I think he's going to do something.
Well, this is the thing, you guys. I've talked,
or whoever's in charge.
I've talked about this a lot. Throughout the history of the United States, no president has lost re-election in time of war.
That's true.
Okay. Now, Lyndon Johnson did not run for re-election for a second term during the Vietnam War, so that doesn't count. No president has run during a war and lost re-election.
But I think with Trump
and Biden knows, and his cronies know this. They may try to start a war thinking, oh, that'll save us.
I don't think it'll work. I think that's,
of course not.
I think that's old. They're thinking old school thinking.
Yeah.
And with Trump, it's a whole new ball game. And I don't think Americans are, because the difference is we're not at war. I mean, we're like helping fund it, but we're not actually fighting and in the war. And that's the difference. In Vietnam, we were actually fighting. We were in that war. We had soldiers over there. Same thing with Iraq and Korea. and all that stuff. Now it's pretty far removed, and all people see is that we're just sending them money. And that, along with what's happening at the border and all these other things, I think people are just really absolutely fed up with Biden and what's going on. And he's a big part of why Trump's doing so well. And there's a lot of Democrats. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube and on social media, and minorities too, but people that are Democrats that are voting for Trump. They're like, there's too many wars. There's too many people coming in through the border. It's a problem. They're not doing anything. I can't afford food. I mean, the country's a mess, and I think it's going to be a slam dunk.
Yeah, now here's the lead story in the Daily Post. A slew of Republicans quickly have called on Biden to retaliate against Iran after 3 U.S. service members were killed, 34 others wounded in an attack by an Iranian-backed militant group in Jordan. Hit Iran now, hit them hard, wrote Senator Lindsey Graham. When the Biden administration says don't, the Iranians do, Graham said. Iran is undeterred. The only thing they understand is the only thing they understand is money. Money. Okay, you cut off their money, you bring down the price of oil.
Right.
Biden vowed at a campaign stop in South Carolina that the U.S. would retaliate.
Yeah, he will.
He said at Brooklyn—
Because you're right, he thinks it'll save his job.
Yeah, he went to Brooklyn Baptist Church in South Carolina and said, we shall respond. So we went to church and talked about killing people and escalating this into a war.
Incredible.
Boy, that's nice, Biden.
Incredible.
Biden said, we had a tough day in the Middle East. We lost 3 brave souls, and he asked for a moment of silence. Numerous Republicans expressed their condolences. Yeah, we all expressed our condolences. These were Americans that were killed, right? But
is it worth more bloodshed? Is it worth going to war over that? I mean, it's awful that happened, but how many more people would die now because of that? I mean, I don't know why war is the answer to all this.
Well, like I said, money makes the world go round.
Yeah, that's what should happen. Is they should cut off the money.
And one of the reasons you didn't hear from Iran as much when Trump was in his first term is because they didn't have money because, as I said, the oil prices were low.
That's right.
And we weren't sending cargo planes of money. And I know what they say. They say, well, this is Iran's money. This money
yeah, remember when Obama sent them that money in the middle of the night?
Okay, this is where they say the money comes from. And I don't buy this, by the way. They, when the Iranian Revolution happened in 1979 and the Shah was overthrown by the Ayatollah, the United States froze all the Iranian money in American bank accounts. And this money that Obama has sent and others, they say, is that money with the earned interest since 1979.
Please.
I don't believe there's that much money, that there's just this endless flow for years
that's just
that
what
they're
they
sending.
tell you.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And you don't think they get I remember when Trump stopped the Iran deal, which involved sending them money, John Kerry had a cow. He was flipping out because he made promises. He was scared. He had made promises to Iran.
Yeah, and the donors and everything.
And John Kerry and all these people probably already got a commission on it, and they weren't able to come through because Trump canceled the deal, and they were in a panic. Okay, and like I said in the last segment, it's very important. Any time they say Iran-backed terrorists, we're backing Iran, so these terrorists are U.S.-backed. Mm-hmm. That's very important to understand. This is really, this great support that President Trump has behind him is amazing. The most recent aftermath of New Hampshire, 73% of Republicans voted for President Trump. Mm-hmm. And I was talking to a caller today on my live stream on YouTube about this. And he just couldn't let this thing sink into his head, or he didn't want to. But Nikki Haley, who was obviously endorsed by her boyfriend governor up there, Sununu. Mm-hmm. Sununu and Nikki Haley have spent about a year not just campaigning in New Hampshire, getting Democrats to cross over into the Republican primary to vote for her and not Trump. Right. And Trump, even with Democrats involved, after a year of them working on the Democrats, won double digits overall, including the Democrats that were non-party affiliated and all that stuff in New Hampshire. The people of this country are at this point in time are the most informed group of Americans we have ever had. people see through these military-industrial complex wars that they're trying to get us in. In the old days, not that many years ago, right, as recently as the George W. Bush era, something like this happens and Lindsey Graham and these lunatics are taking us to war, we'd be behind it in the country. The American people have all been red-pilled, even the ones that have been Republicans all their lives, and they see through all this crap now, and they're sick of it. And that's why Trump is doing so well. The southern border, all this stuff. We see the manipulations. We see what they're doing. We understand the lies.
Yeah, people can see it.
And the Washington insiders, they're so arrogant, and they're closed into that Washington bubble so much.
There was a guy.
They still think it's 1985.
There was a guy on MSNBC or one of them, and he was a Democrat or he was a reporter. I can't remember. Same difference. And he was in New Hampshire, and he was shocked because he could not find one person at the polling stations that thought the economy was good.
Yeah.
And he was in shock.
Yeah.
These people are very out of touch because they're all multi-millionaires and they have chauffeurs and private chefs. They have no clue what things cost or what the American people are dealing with. And when you see people over and over and over again, they never go talk to the people and hear from the people. That doesn't happen anymore. Trump does. Trump's going around. He's meeting people. He's in touch with what's happening. But the Democratic Party, and I've seen a lot of top Democrat strategists talk about this. They're very out of touch with what's going on. Mm-hmm. They keep telling people the economy's great when it's not. And I've seen Bill Maher talk about it. And he said they're so obsessed with Trump that's their whole strategy is pick me, not him. And that's it. And he's like, they're so out of touch with the economy and what's really going on. And it's true. And this guy was just gobsmacked that nobody in New Hampshire felt the economy was doing well. He just couldn't believe it. He interviewed a lot of people. Well, wake up.
You know what? These people in Washington, they don't have they don't have contact with regular people like Trump does.
Because we're the peasants.
And I did not know this about I remember prior to Elon Musk taking over Twitter, because all the celebrities, all the politicians, all the media people are on Twitter, and people are always tweeting. And I think there was a lot of people felt they're on Twitter. Don't they see opinion? If you are verified on Twitter, because I'm verified like everybody is now, right? You pay $11 a month and you're verified now. If you're verified, you can there's a setting on Twitter where you only see tweets from other verified people. And all the media people and the politicians and the celebrities had that enabled. So they never saw tweets from non-verified people. And only special liberal elitists for the most part got verified before Elon Musk took over Twitter. So they've been out of touch with reality. And I'll tell you another thing too. They get their news from CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News. Right. And you watch CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News. Yeah, you don't know what's going on.
They lie to you. They all lie. They all lie to you. Exactly. They all tell you everything's great. We saw CNN. We were watching the election coverage, and they had a graphic on. This was for Iowa, and they had everybody on the board except Trump on the graphic that was running.
Mm-hmm.
I said to you,
I couldn't believe it.
I said, this is crazy. Trump is it's a Republican primary, and they had DeSantis, they had Nikki Haley, and some other guy for Iowa, and Trump wasn't even up there until the votes started coming in. These people just knowingly deceive and lie, and anything you can pretty much take to the bank. Anything they tell you is complete BS.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, they you got somebody like a Jake Tapper. Okay, Anderson Cooper. I mean, look at Brett Baer. He just bought, a $40 million condo down here?
$36 million.
$36 million? You think he notices if eggs are twice or three times as much?
Or the price of oil?
His private chef does his grocery shopping at probably some very fancy Whole Foods type of place, all organic, and cooks all these special meals. Do you think that they even blink if their grocery bill goes up a couple $100 a week? But for an average American who's got kids, who's working, making minimum wage or making, $40,000, $50,000 a year, an extra $100, $200 on their grocery bill, some people that can break them.
That's right.
That can totally break them. Then they have to start making choices. I mean, when Brian and I first got married, we were living definitely paycheck to paycheck. A lot of young couples are. When Emily was little,
paycheck. We were living like a few days into the week, and then we needed another paycheck.
When Emily was little, it was like an extra $100 a week would have definitely. I'm not saying it doesn't impact us now, just not as much. But I do. But I notice it. We talk about the price of groceries, and there are things I don't buy anymore because they're too much money. Like I used to buy the Publix chicken wings. They're delicious. They're $18 a box now. They used to be $12. I'm like, I just can't do it. And I mean, I could go to. I mean, I could go to a wings restaurant and get them for probably cheaper.
This is as crazy as it gets. Listen to this, okay?
Yeah. But
I know this will sound petty, but these are the kind of things I have. Like one thing I like a lot. This sounds so stupid. Twizzlers. I love Twizzlers.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love Twizzlers. I don't like Red Vines, but I love Twizzlers. And I was at the store. I can't remember the price. It was like over $6 for Twizzlers. I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to have Twizzlers.
Exactly.
And I just love my Twizzlers. You know, and
so we do make those choices, but
I'm not saying that not getting Twizzlers is a major sacrifice. Okay,
no,
okay,
but we're aware.
But what I'm talking about though is this.
But believe me, a lot of families feel it.
This thing with Brett Baer, his house, which is much smaller than Trump's up the street from Mar-a-Lago, 36 million.
Crazy.
See, this is what happens with the media. The people in the mainstream media, you may wonder, why are they paid so much money? Why are they paid these ungodly amounts of money? Is Brett Baer worth as whatever they're paying him to be able to purchase a 36 million?
Because he disseminates lies. That's why.
What they do, these are deals with the devil.
Yes.
They pay them these boatloads of ridiculous money so that they will say and do anything on TV to push whatever agenda. If you turned on Fox right now, okay, they're going to tell you about carpet bombing Iran. Same thing with because Brett Baer, they
push an agenda.
Has a $35 million house.
He'll push the agenda they want him to push.
If you've got a $35 million house, you've got a lot of bills that go along with that, right? You got the groundskeeper, the electric bill. Your wife's got to have the fancy designer clothes. Well,
his wife's very busy at the plastic surgeon's office.
So, but they're all that way.
Yeah.
They're all that way in the media. I mean, look at Hannity; makes over $50 million a year. So that's why they earn so much. That's how they control them in the messaging, and that's the way it is. Now, I want to talk to you guys about the Mighty Maga Lion, which is just the greatest Valentine's Day gift you could get. The Mighty Maga Lion, which, of course, is available exclusively through us at MightyMagaLion.com. There's a link in the description of this episode on whatever platform you're listening to us on, or you can go directly to the website, MightyMagaLion.com. If you order more than one, you get a discount. The Mighty Maga Lion is the only Trump-inspired merchandise actually wearing the MAGA hat. Kathy and I and our moderator on YouTube, Dee, the three of us partnered together. We designed and had custom-made the Mighty Maga Lions. They are not a drop-ship item that are made to order. We had them all made in advance. They are limited edition.
Yeah, we have them in our garage.
That's right.
To ship out to you guys.
That's right. And a lot of people ordered over the weekend. If you ordered on Saturday, your Mighty Maga Lion was shipped yesterday and is on its way to you.
Everybody loves them.
Yeah, and it makes a great Valentine's gift for your Valentine or yourself. So go to MightyMagaLion.com. That's MightyMagaLion.com and order yours.
If you have kids that love Trump, I mean, it's great for all ages, but if you have kids that love Trump or you have like a parent in a nursing home, it's a great gift.
Absolutely.
They will absolutely love it. It's the perfect size. You can carry him everywhere. He's cuddly. He's cute. But think about people in your life that love Trump. What a nice thing it would be instead of, the traditional flowers, which are going to die, or candy, which is just going to, rot their teeth, whatever. Just the typical things. Get them something different that they'll have forever, that they'll really love.
So it's MightyMagaLion.com, MightyMagaLion.com. I'm Brian, always joined by my wife and co-host Kathy. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
From author F.B. Aravage comes your next must-read book, Carnation, Winged Girl and Windbreaker Boy, available on Amazon. Carnation, Winged Girl and Windbreaker Boy takes place in a world where magic whispers in every breeze and tells the story of two extraordinary souls. Windbreaker Boy is a kind-hearted spirit whose stories and songs breathe joy into the fairies and nature around him. Unseen, the Carnation Winged Girl watches from afar. Her heart is captivated by his every move, her wings longing to bloom once more. Their journey is a delicate dance of closeness and fear and weaves a story of enchantment and longing. Embark on a journey where love and magic collide. Order your copy of Carnation, Winged Girl and Windbreaker Boy from author F.B. Aravage. Available on Amazon and Kindle and paperback. How would you like to make your home stand out above the rest? You can with the elegance of Moroccan craftsmanship at The Brass Designs on Etsy.com. The Brass Designs on Etsy is a distinguished cooperative bringing the beauty of handmade brass and copper crafts directly into your home. They specialize in kitchen and bathroom fixtures, indoor and outdoor shower systems, and unique accessories. The Brass Designs have over 14 years of experience in their local market with a team of over 20 skilled artisans, ensuring that each piece is meticulously handcrafted for lasting quality and beauty. From sleek kitchen faucets to exquisite copper and brass bathtubs, every product comes with a 10-year warranty. And as Etsy star sellers, they pride themselves on their exceptional product quality, customer service, and reliable shipping. They've built long-term partnerships with numerous U.S.-based interior designers, redefining home aesthetics with a blend of traditional artistry, premium quality, and unrivaled reliability. The range of items for the entire home include kitchen sink faucets, outdoor copper shower heads, stylish soap dispensers, decorative hanging pots, and so much more. Visit the shop right now on Etsy, etsy.com/shop/The Brass Designs. View their inventory. You will be impressed. Experience the blend of Moroccan tradition and modern design, elevating your home with The Brass Designs on Etsy, where art meets functionality. Etsy.com/shop/The Brass Designs. When you're shopping for unique designs and exceptional quality, there's only one place to shop, and that's FatherandDaughterLimited.com. FatherandDaughterLimited.com have a huge selection of clothing for adults, kids, and babies, featuring t-shirts, hoodies, and a lot more. Each piece is a canvas for creativity, and FatherandDaughterLimited.com have stylish phone cases too, and adorable cause plushies that are sure to capture your heart. Their story is unique as their products. Father and Daughter Limited is a startup born from a father's resilience and a daughter's ambition to chart her own path. Together, they've created a brand that's more than just a shopping destination. It's a journey of discovery and learning. They collaborate with independent artists and designers, showcasing their talent and bringing designs that truly stand out. Your satisfaction is their top priority, and they're dedicated to ensuring your experience is nothing short of exceptional. Do you have a special request? Do you want a design transferred into a different item? Just let them know, and they'll go above and beyond to personalize your experience. And if you're an artist or a designer who's looking to collaborate, FatherandDaughterLimited.com would love to feature your creations and support your talent in their catalog. Make sure to check back often too, because they're adding to the site every day. Start shopping right now at FatherandDaughterLimited.com and be a part of a community that celebrates artistry, individuality, and meaningful connections. FatherandDaughterLimited.com. The new book from author John Marcus Brown, This War is Peace, is available right now on Amazon. After a 2-year hiatus filled with challenges, author John Marcus Brown reemerges with a story that transcends boundaries and expectations. His journey, marked by both challenges and victories, has culminated in a work of profound depth and resilience. In This War is Peace, author John Marcus Brown explores uncharted territories. It's filled with insight and enlightenment. His unique blend of discipline and surrender has evolved, leading to a harmonious balance that resonates throughout the book. In a world that is often divided, the author bridges the gaps, uniting contrasting elements to craft a story that is both thought-provoking and transformative. This must-read book is a journey into the heart of what it means to find peace in turmoil. This War is Peace from author John Marcus Brown is available on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and audiobook. Order your copy right now and be challenged, inspired, and changed. This War is Peace from author John Marcus Brown on Amazon.
You are listening to the Brian Craig Show podcast, broadcasting from sunny South Florida. Brian is joined by his wife and co-host, Kathy. Follow Brian on social media at BrianCraigShow.com. And now, Brian and Kathy.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian, always joined by my wife and co-host, Kathy. I saw this article in the Gateway Pundit, and this is... this is important, okay? In Maryland, a House Democrat in the State House of Maryland has introduced legislation requiring gun owners who want to carry their weapon, like concealed carry, to have at least $300,000 in liability insurance. Okay, let me tell you about this.
Oh, boy.
I've heard people that sell like insurance, like if you're a gun owner, there's insurance policies you can get that cover like legal bills that you might have.
Right.
If you are a gun owner and you go, again, this is not a legal opinion. I'm not giving any legal advice or anything. I'm just telling you what I could see these twisted leftists doing. I'm a gun owner, but I don't carry a concealed weapon. Even though in Florida now you can carry a weapon concealed without a permit. We've had that since April, and I think it was April, around that time. I went out and bought a new holster, and I haven't carried once. And the reason I don't carry is because I'm obviously a conservative radio host and podcaster and YouTuber, and if God help me, I'm in a terrible situation and I have to defend my life. 99.999% is going to be against a liberal. What's going to happen? They're going to put me under the jail, all right? Okay, I just got to try to flee, get in my car and flee, and hopefully I could escape because I'd be done. No matter what, if I had 12 guys with guns come after me and I defended myself and grazed one of them, okay, I'd be in jail. That because of I got my MAGA hat on and oh my gosh, I'd be done. But there's this idea of buying insurance, either liability insurance or these policies that cover your legal bills. I would think, again, I'm not a lawyer. You guys can ask Mark Levin about this or something. It seems to me that these lunatic leftists, if you had to use your weapon in self-defense and all of a sudden you got insurance that covers legal bills or liability, they would accuse you of premeditated murder, saying, well, you had this insurance, so you must have thought you were going to kill somebody.
Like when a wife gets life insurance for her husband and then knocks him off.
Exactly. So to me, getting any type of insurance as a gun owner seems like you're setting yourself up for premeditated murder charges if, God forbid, you have to defend yourself.
Well, you're in good company because even Tucker Carlson said that Lindsey Graham was insane for what he tweeted about hitting Iran, and Cat Turd retweeted that, but Tucker said that's completely insane to do that, and but that's not the first time Lindsey Graham has called for an act of war.
Here's the thing,
the thing with him.
Sometimes, sadly, wars may be necessary, but most of the time they are not. Okay, like for example, I give you a perfect example. Okay, and I'm not talking about Iraq because that's an obvious one. After 9/11, we began a ground war in Afghanistan. That war lasted for 20 years, right? Yep. We had, and this is crazy, we had men and women in combat situations in Afghanistan fighting in a war that were born after 9/11. Yep. America's longest war, right? It's crazy. There's no one, now looking back, things are much different now. You have, whatever, hindsight and all that stuff. No one could convince me that the United States of America could not have captured a guy who was getting around on donkeys, living in caves, and all of this stuff without a massive 20-year ground invasion. When they got bin Laden in that compound in Pakistan, this is what I thought at the time. I think the government knew where bin Laden was the whole time, right after 9/11, up until they got him. They left him there for whatever reason. Maybe he was a source of intelligence. Maybe it was a way to keep the war going. I don't know. And when Biden and Obama were running for re-election, they wanted to have some major accomplishment. So they took out bin Laden, where the United States knew where he was starting on September 12th, probably, and so that he could have some accomplishment. And if you remember, when they took out bin Laden, that became the campaign slogan of Biden and Obama's reelection, and it was GM's alive, Bin Laden's dead was their campaign slogan. Remember that at the DNC convention that year? And so I think even that war in Afghanistan could have been avoided. Certainly Iraq could have been avoided. Most all these wars could have been avoided because we were talking about Iran with the gas prices. Most everything that if you watch, take it out of the scope of war. If you watch true crime, if you watch any of the true crime shows, almost every single murder, there's exceptions to this, but almost every single murder has to do with sex or money, right? Sex or money, mostly money, if you think about it, because people are trying to. Money makes the world go round, and President Trump understood that. And the reason that President Trump, he talks about what he did. The reason President Trump was so effective foreign policy-wise is because he understood money. Like the Kim Jong-un, he goes into North Korea. What happened with Kim Jong-un, President Trump gets together with Kim Jong-un and that summit that was brokered by Dennis Rodman. One day that's going to come out that Dennis Rodman set that up because he's friends with both. Remember, Rodman was on The Apprentice, and he was friends with Kim Jong-un. Trump goes to Kim Jong-un and says, look at all that money that they have in South Korea. That could be North Korea. Play ball. And he does, right? Remember they wouldn't take the MS-13 down in one of the Central American countries, and then Trump said, okay, we're going to cut off foreign aid, right? You know what I mean? This is, or we're going to put a tariff, 50% tariff on all your products from Mexico unless you send your troops to the border. These greedy politicians that we have, like Joe Biden and Nikki Haley and Lindsey Graham in this country and Mitch McConnell, in these other countries, they're just as bad, if not worse. And money is how you get influence with them, okay? So we could bring Iran to financial collapse if they would start the Keystone Pipeline, announce drilling in Anwar, and start massive drilling operations in this country and bring the price of gasoline back to $1.57 a gallon like it was on the last day of Trump's first term. That would be it. Iran would run out of money real quick, and this would all be solved. And you could probably go through most every war, not all of them, but you could go through most every war and find a way where it could have been avoided. But there's no money in avoiding wars. There's money in having the wars because there has to be a military buildup, right? So that's what's going on. So what's going to happen as we start a new week, the entire new week in the mainstream media is going to be 100% about going to war with Iran. Watch this.
Yeah.
And they had success because they got us all believing it. After the war in Iraq, the lie of the WMDs, that was the beginning of people not of the media, right? And that I think that's when people finally said it's all lies. Don't trust the media. Don't trust the government. They just lie.
Yeah, they made that up.
They made the whole WMD thing up.
Yep.
Just completely made it up
to justify going into that war.
And you know what? President Trump has talked about that in a couple of his recent speeches. I saw him talk about it in New Hampshire. And keep in mind, when he talked about Bush lying about WMDs, President Trump knows for a fact now because he had access to all the classified information. Right. So it's not just a guy that's hosting The Apprentice who's saying Bush lied. It's a guy who saw all the presidential documents.
To me, you have a family, you have a president that lied about WMDs, started a war where people were killed, maimed, and all this, but he thinks Trump's a dangerous person.
Correct.
Who has started 0 wars.
Yeah. That's absolutely
and Dick
correct.
Cheney said Trump's the most dangerous man. How many people have died because of Dick Cheney?
Oh. And are still dying.
And still, do these people just lie to themselves? I think so.
Well, they're
it's just incredible.
They're from a different place than the rest of us, That's just the way it is. They're in a different place.
I always say this, people rationalize behaviors and things they say to benefit themselves. So I'm sure they rationalize it in their mind why that war was a good thing.
That's right.
I really don't understand. I know Trump says things sometimes that aren't always nice. And,
so what?
But I don't understand. I'm sure a lot of people say Trump's dangerous that truly deep down know
he's not dangerous.
That's not true.
Dangerous if
but
you're
there are people
military-industrial complex.
But there are people that do believe it's true.
Yeah.
And I don't understand are they just successfully brainwashed, or
Yes.
what is it he said or done that really makes them believe this?
They watch Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
And Jake Tapper. That's what they do. Now, I want to tell you guys about the Thomas Edison of sleep, the inventor of the MyPillow, Mr. Mike Lindell. You know, Mike Lindell, who was canceled by Fox News. Fox News will no longer run MyPillow advertising, even though Mike Lindell paid them $5.5 million last month for advertising. Can you believe this? I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Mike Lindell is offering free shipping with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, on all MyPillow products. Plus, you get whatever the special is, okay? For example, the MyPillow 2.0s that Kathy and I sleep on, oh man, they'll change your life. You know, they have the temperature regulating technology in them. You'll never flip the pillow over looking for the cool side again. You know, every time you flip that pillow over, even if you don't remember doing it at night, you've woken up. It's like having sleep apnea. Well, just as an example, though, the MyPillow 2.0 is 50% off with our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. But now you're also getting free shipping. So and this is site wide. Okay, so you get whatever the item is, you get the deal plus free shipping with our promo code Kane, Kane, at mypillow.com. So support Mike Lindell and support us. Promo code Kane, free shipping on all orders. So at mypillow.com.
Yeah, take advantage of that because that doesn't always last.
So now Biden has said we shall respond. Oh my goodness. I shall return. We shall respond and vows to strike back at the Iran-backed terrorists. Okay, the Iran-backed terrorists. Iran's backed by us, so the terrorists are backed by us. So we're going to strike back at the
hard to wrap your head around.
U.S.-backed terrorists.
It's crazy.
I mean, this is it.
Yep,
I mean,
that's it.
This Trump is.
Remember when they said when Trump won, all the people in the news said, I heard it so much. World War III. He's going to start World War III. Now you got Biden, who literally is going to start it. And they'll totally tell you it's justified.
You know what's happened?
They deserve it. It has to happen.
You know what's happened?
The media are really sickening.
You know what's happened? They're done with Nikki Haley now, right? She's like DeSantis. She can't win anything. So now they're giving up on Republican opposition. Now they're going to try to start a war with Iran to try to stop Trump from being reelected.
I tell you, these people just play with people's lives.
That's right.
And they are so far removed. It's really frightening. They're so far removed in their ivory towers, and they just play with people's lives, and they don't think anything about it's like the Squid Game on that show when you towards the end of the season you see all those rich people in the room with the bimbos and manipulating and watching these people die. They just sit back and watch and drink their champagne and have their parties and collect their money, and they absolutely it just does. They're so detached. It's frightening. It's sociopathic.
That's right. Well, we're out of time for today. We will be back next time. I'm Brian Craig, always joined by my wife and co-host Kathy. Thanks for listening, and we will talk to you next time.